Hey learners, hope you all are doing well. In the last session of our Programming Python series, we completed with all Python operators. In today's session, we are going to discuss control flow. Now, what do you mean by control flow? Before that, I'd like to tell you some real world examples. Like in our day to day work, nothing is in a sequential form. Many things are depending on condition, or something we have to do it again and again in the real life for some number of times or till some condition doesn't get satisfied. Like, I'll go to the movie if it is holiday for college today, or if it's raining, I'll continue with the sleep. And this way, many things take place in our real life. So let's see what is control flow, or we can call it as control structure or control statement. These are the statement which control or alter the flow of execution. If these statements are not there, the execution will be in serial manner or sequential manner. But many times in our programming problems, only sequential execution doesn't suffice. We have to write statements based on some condition, or we have to repeat some statement till some number of times, and therefore we have to go for control flow. Control flow determines the order of execution of the statement at runtime. There are three types of control flow statement, which we'll be discussing it one by one. The first is conditional statement, which will execute the statement selectively based on condition. Which a real world example I gave, like in our day to day work, as I said, like if it is raining, I'll not go to college, or if the movie is good, I'll go to the movie. Otherwise, I'll go for some other work. Likewise, many things happen in our everyday work based on conditions. In that, Python has supported if else, and if elif, else. Then the second category is iterative statement. Now, iterative statement are for repeating some statement for some number of times or till some condition doesn't get satisfied, which also happens in our day-to-day life. Like I'll go to college till my course doesn't get over, or I'll do fasting for 40 days. Many things happen in our day-to-day life, which is repetitive. In this category, there is for and while. Python doesn't support do while loop like other languages. Here, there are only very simple two types of iterative statement, for and while. And that is the reason Python is called simple and easy to learn. Now, in case of conditional also, they have given very selected three types of statement. Then we have transfer statement, break, continue, and pass. We'll be discussing all this one by one. To start with, first we'll take conditional statement. Conditional statement are for executing statement selectively. That is, the statements are executed based on condition. In that, the very simple one is if statement. I'll give you the syntax of if statement. If condition colon is mandatory in Python. Then we have statement. Now these statements can be single statement or group of statement. But in other languages, like if you have group of statement, so you have to put it in a complex statement called block. And blocks are indicated in some language by begin and word, in some language by pair of brace bracket. In Python, blocks are indicated by indentation. Means when all the statement are in same column, they are considered as one single block. To make note of it, Python doesn't support brace brackets for block. Blocks are indicated by indentation. The statement 1, 2, it can be any number of statement. Alternatively, if suppose the condition is true and you want to perform only single statement, you can write it on the same line as well. In a flowchart form, I am trying to explain at the beginning what will be tested, the condition. If the condition is evaluated to true, then these statements will get executed, and after that the statement which is following the test statement will get executed. And if suppose test expression is false, then it will continue directly with the statement which is after your if statement. We'll see an illustration for this if statement. I'll create a new file. I'll save that file in our folder learn Python. I'll give name as if. As an example, we will just check whether the value is less than 10. I'll accept one number, integer n, input n, int, input, enter n. Then I'm writing if n less than 10. I'm writing print statement n is single digit. Then I'm just giving one more statement, print hello world. And after this if, I'm just putting print by. Now see the execution. Will accept one input integer, then we are testing that n is less than 10. If yes, so these two print statement will get executed. Now as these both are indented in a same column, they are considered as one block. And after that, it will execute by. And if n is not less than 10, it will only run by. Let's run this, run, run module. It is asking you for a number. If I give 6, it is saying 6 is single digit, hello world, and by. If I execute it with a value which is more than 10, so it is only executing by. Let's continue our discussion. Next, we are going to see the second form of conditional statement, that is if else. Now, this is when you want to run one block of code when the condition is true and some other block of code when the condition is false, then use if else. The syntax is if condition, statement, else another statement. If you want to execute only single statement, then you can write that statement on the same line as well. Note that you have to write colon after condition after else. This is the syntax of Python. In flowchart form, I'll try to explain. First, it will test for condition. The outcome of the condition can be true or false. If it is true, it will perform if part. If it is false, it will perform else part. But anyway, after if part or else part, it will continue with the statement which is after if else. Let's see one small illustration. In the previous example only, we will add a else part. Suppose if I write else in the same example, If n is not less than 10, then I'm just writing n is not single digit. Guys, don't worry about examples. We are going to start with a separate series of Python programs. There we'll be doing extensive solving of programming exercises. Here I'm just trying to illustrate the syntax. In the else part, I'm writing Python program. Now in this case, how it will work? So first it will accept one integer. If that n is less than 10, this block will execute. That is, n is single digit, hello world. Else, it will execute this block. That is, n is not single digit, Python program. But after if part or else part, it is still going to run print. That is, by. Let's run this code and see the output. Suppose if I give 22, so it will go in if part 2 is single digit hello world and still by. And the same code, if I run with different input, it is saying 23 is not single digit Python programming and still by. Let's continue with the next discussion, that is if elif else. Now suppose you want to run the code selectively based on multiple conditions. That is, if one condition is true, I want to perform one block. Then I want to test for some other condition. And this way I want to test multiple conditions. And if none of the conditions are true, then finally I want to run some a last default block. Then we have to go for if elif else. In other languages, what we do is for every else we attach a if else. But in this case, instead of writing else if, they have combined that word into one single keyword el if. Make note of it. Now let's see the syntax. If condition 1 statement, elif condition 2 statement 2. Likewise, you can have any number of condition, and then at the end you'll have a else block which will be the default statement. Now in a flowchart form you can see first what is tested. Condition 1, if it is true, it will perform statement 1 and then continue with the statement which is after this entire if elif else block. Similarly, if it is false, it will test for condition 2. True, statement 2, then run the following statement. Otherwise, continue testing the next condition. This will go on. If all the n conditions are false, then it will run the default statement, which is in the else part. So always note that if statement n is getting executed, it indicates condition n is true and all the other past conditions are false. Let's see an illustration of this if else. We'll try to continue it with the previous code only. Now what I'm doing is I'm checking whether n is less than 10. If yes, I'm writing n is single digit. Then I'm trying to test el if n less than 100. Then I'm printing n is 2 digit, and else I'm printing n is greater than 2 digit. Now note that it's not necessary in every if elif there has to be more than one statement. There can be single statement also. Now let's run and see this code. If I input value 4, so the first condition comes out to be true, that is n is less than 10. Therefore, that part is getting executed. If we run the same code with different input, like I'm entering 45, which is less than 100, so the second condition is true. Therefore, it will run the second ELF. Suppose I input value which is more than 100. So now it is running the last default part. 120 is greater than 2 digit. Bye bye. That's all for today, friends. Hope you understood today's discussion. Any queries, do contact us. In the next session, we are going to discuss iterative, that is repetitive statement, and we'll see some illustrations. And already stated, we are going to see examples, programming examples on these topics in the separate Python program series. As always, keep learning, keep evolving. Take care of yourself. Don't forget to click on bell icon. Do subscribe, like and share our channel. Thank you.